So I'm looking to close the loop this morning.
Did something manifest?
Yeah, this.
Then the.
But I want to.
So that loop closed. Now what?
Yeah, but I kind of want to look at it almost like a case study, because the one thing that I was.
You don't want to study those closed loops too much, or you keep them open.
That's why I want to close the loop.
Yeah. Unless it's something that you're really, 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 really liking, then you want to milk it. But what the way we're using the closed loop is that when a manifestation happens, now what? Now what? And the reason that we're emphasizing it the way we are, we're not going to distract you. You'll remember right where you are. The reason that we're talking about it the way we are is because the majority of your life experiences are on the way to what you think of as a manifestation, where the thoughts are turning to things, thoughts are turning to things, thoughts are turning to things. And we know for sure that if you are happy about your now what open loop, that you will be more aware of things as they are unfolding, which is what makes life so fun. You don't want to be, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. And then one day, because you've forgotten to worry, you let it manifest, and then yippee, you're happy for a minute. You want to live in that always opening. Yes. So
I got on this cruise a week ago.
Really, we didn't get here until just yesterday.
I got on the manifest for the ship a week ago.
And here you are in the hot seat.
And here I am in the hot seat.
See how that works?
But the night before that this all kind of came to fruition, I had a gentle desire to come on this cruise, and it kept on building more momentum, and that desire kept getting stronger. And then,
well, the desire was already strong, but things were happening that caused you to line up with it. That's what we're talking about being more aware, of letting the tension of contrast help you to focus. If we could convince you, and it isn't our role to do it, although we keep trying, if we could convince you that things are always working out for you, then you'd be looking for the evidence of that more. But when you've decided that things aren't working out, we're not talking about you, well, a little bit, then sometimes you don't let things manifest until the very last week.
So that comes down to the core of my question. Was I being a sloppy thinker, or was I being a deliberate creator?
Maybe, but it's okay in any case, because we want to say that the path of least resistance is a wily thing. In other words, it just keeps, because things are always working out for you. This is the best way to say it. Your inner being knows where you are in terms of what you're letting in relationship to what you're asking for, in terms of what's in your vortex that is ready to manifest, but for whatever reason you're not a vibrational match to the full manifestation of it, and it's usually because you're noticing that it hasn't manifested yet. That's usually the only thing that's slowing it up. So since your inner being always knows where you are in relationship to everything you want, your inner being is calling you as one of those cooperative components, understanding that you have resistance, otherwise you'd already be over there in full manifestation. Your inner being isn't saying, oh, there's resistance. Your inner being just keeps calling you, and that's why things keep becoming more obvious to you. In other words, sometimes you get called through a neighborhood you don't want to be in on your way to some place that you've always wanted to be. It's like that. And the contrast serves you so much more than you realize that it is. And that's really one of the strongest things that we want to say to all of you on this voyage, is that contrast is serving you. And if you can relax into that knowing, it is working out for me, no matter what it looks like, it is working out for me. And so the answer to your question is, yes, for whatever reason, and we'll try to define it for you if you want us to, for whatever reason, you became less and less resistance. And here's why. This isn't always the case, but here's why. When you have a strong desire, we said yesterday, it really doesn't matter what your beliefs are if your desire is strong enough, because you get why? In other words, if there's a strong enough calling, it'll call you right through your resistance, and you have a sort of rough life. People write books like that. It's why people think that it takes pain to have gain, and it's why people think that struggle is what the big payoff is. But the struggle just causes more asking, and the asking just causes more calling, and when the calling is strong enough, you get called. We just want to ask all of you, really, can't you just step into a place of shade a little bit more often so that it doesn't have to get so big, bad, and awful before you let what you want come? Shouldn't you be able to say, I choose that? Oh, thanks. I want some of that. Oh, thanks again. Esther said to Siri this morning, first time it's ever happened to her, Tracy, are you listening? Really funny. Esther and her daughter Tracy have had a funny conversation about this, because on the airplane, Esther said, thank you. And the flight attendant said, no problem. And Esther thought, why would there be a problem? And so they were just kind of kidding about it. Tracy went into her hysterical routine of all the things that could be said. This morning, Siri said something new. And Siri has not ever talked back to Esther in this way before. Esther said, Siri, what time is it? Siri said, it's 8:15. Esther said, thank you. And Siri said, sure thing. In other words, I'd like that. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing. That is the universe's response to you. Sure thing. As soon as you let it. Sure thing. As soon as you let it. How much contrast has to happen for you to get focused? This is the question on the table. How much contrast has to happen for you to get focused? And if you decide you don't need a lot of contrast, you just want to focus and let momentum go, focus and let momentum grow, focus and let momentum grow, then you can eliminate a whole lot of unnecessary contrasting experiences while you're just on your way, on your way, on your way. But the feedback that you get from others who don't understand that is that they don't really appreciate the magic life you're living. And so then sometimes when you're thriving and others are seeing you and they're not thriving and you're thriving, irritates their sense that they're not thriving, and so they're thinking negative things about you. Then sometimes that's happening a lot with you. Sometimes you calibrate to helping them to feel better instead of calibrating to your inner being who's saying, sure thing. We talked a lot. Now it's your turn.
I mean, that's what I needed. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this other question, and this kind of leads into this. Storytelling.
Storytelling, vibration practicing, marble setting, preparing to step into the influence of law of attraction. That's what that storytelling is. Preparing myself and my active vibrations to present myself to the ever receiving of me law of attraction. What's my point of attraction? That's what the storytelling is. That's what the purpose of every process we teach is, to improve your presentation of yourself to the law of attraction. Everything else is irrelevant.
So when you're storytelling, then you really want to identify like those sort of positive emotions and make sure that when you're telling that story again, you're staying in that place. Otherwise, you'll start to...
The purpose of telling the story, not to justify, like you had the stories you told your mother were different kinds of stories. In other words, you're not justifying, you're not pleading with the universe. The storytelling that you're doing is the best phrase is existing matches to what I'm asking for. Existing matches. So, for example, if you're asking for $1 million and you want it pretty quick, and your expectation is not that it's going to happen pretty quick, then saying things like I want it and I want it fast isn't a story that's doing any good, because it's not moving your vibration to a different point of attraction. But when you talk about the prosperity of your life and all the lovely things that happen, and how things do always work out for you, and doors always do open, and how you are getting more and more aware so that you don't miss the opportunities, and you feel that prosperity of universal energy focused in your inner being and the things that are. Now that's an easy existing match, and that's a story that is holding your marbles in a place of really productive attraction in terms of you getting more and more of what you want. A lot of people tell their stories to entertain or to defend something. This is why you do it mostly. Oh, you're really going to like this. So you're walking around with lots of other people who have their own bags of marbles, and that's just fine. They do. Their life has caused them to be where they are, and where they are is just fine. But you, for whatever reason, are in a relationship with them, long or brief. Maybe you're just meeting, doesn't matter. But here you are, your marbles are in the vicinity, and the law of attraction is matching up the marbles that match. Matching up the marbles that match. Most humans are trying so hard to get their marbles to match this stranger's marbles, or this lover's marbles, or this mother's marbles, or this daughter's marbles, or this, that in your wanting to be heard and seen and understood, you're playing to the wrong audience. You're looking for love. You're looking for matches in all the wrong places. It matters so much to you to be understood that you keep trying to explain something that, as perfect as your explanation is, they're still not getting it. And then you have a reaction. Instead of pointing, which is the action that we're encouraging you to do, now you're reacting to what you're not getting from another. And that is, in the majority of cases, the reason that you're muddying up your own point of attraction and not letting in what you deserve, what you're worthy of. And so you don't want to be arrogant, and you don't want to be dismissive of people. And there's so many things that you've been taught. You want to be polite and all of that stuff. You want to be a good partner. You want to be there for them, because they say you're not there for me. And when somebody says you're not there for me, say, don't make me go there. I want to be there for you, but the there for you I want to be is over here in the vortex version of you, where all of your hopes and dreams are. That's the there, that's the story I'm telling about you, about us, about you. And most of them won't get it. And then if you care about them getting it, we want you to get over caring about somebody who isn't ready to get it, getting it. You got to get over caring about somebody who, and they're not wrong for not getting it. They're not dumb for not getting it. They're not inappropriate in any way for not getting it. Their marbles are just not lined up with yours, and so they're not going to get it. But they might be getting some things. It's like there's some of your marbles are matching up because you have a lot of fun together. And some of your marbles are matching up because you have a hobby that you like to do together. All of your marbles don't have to match up with everybody's marbles. And if you would not care about your marbles not matching up, and most of all, not care about them not getting you because they can't. It's like the law. Don't try to defy gravity. Don't try to defy them getting you when there's no possible way that your words are going to make a difference. And you know what? That's the story that most people are telling. It's the story of getting you to understand me, getting you to understand me, getting you to understand me. After Jerry made his transition, that was a big thing for Esther, because Jerry and Esther understood each other. They just understood each other. They understood each other, and so it never felt like I really need to give this long explanation, because they could feel that they understood each other. And then, as Esther is now spending more time with other people who didn't understand her, it made her crazy. So she spent days, years. She spent years trying to find ways of explaining herself to everybody around her so that they would get her like Jerry got her. Well, Jerry was just weird. He was just a physical human being representation of what her inner being is like. And so it took her a while to realize, I don't need you to get me. My inner being gets me, and that gives me the stability. And now I can stand in my being gotten by my inner being, and I can not worry about you not getting me. And now we can have a lovely relationship to the degree that our marbles match. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Good?
Loop closed.
Loop opened. Now what? Now what?